heroes. So I would expect to see a Keeper Dreadlord, but as far as if that's what we're going to see, I'm not really sure. As we mentioned in the other game as well, Gargoyles are strong on this map because the fountains can be taken with like 3 Gargoyles. You can kill that Red Drake and get like a level 3 worth of experience and 2 really fat items. So who knows? I've seen Neutron play Standard too, so we might see like some DH. I mean, who knows? We'll see.
To be honest, yeah, I was expecting Spiral to be able to do better against SyDe, but I think SyDe's unconventional style kind of worked in his favor.
2020 looking good, SyDe said. guys, if you don't already, SyDe is a very common. Check him out, especially if you like undead gameplay. I believe his stream is SyDe_, I think.
Yeah, something like that. I don't actually know. Like, it's weird, like in Warcraft 3, everybody has like funny names, like they were already taken or something. Yeah. It's like a bunch of follow and stuff.
Yes, SyDe.
He might be follow SyDe actually on Twitter, but I don't know about Twitch.
Yeah. So, guys, that is SyDe's Twitch. Shout out to SyDe's stream. He's a great responds to chat all the time. He's a very chill guy. Obviously, he's a very high-level undead player. So, if you guys like that first-person undead play, check him out. SyDe's he's a good dude.
So it's not a Dreadlord, by the way. He might still expand.
No Dreadlord, but we do see the Keeper coming out from Neutron.
I wonder if he expands. What do you think about Acolyte's headbutting units like this Archer?
It's as a Night Elf player, it's annoying. It's so annoying. Because you don't even want to use the time it takes to kill that Acolyte is so annoying. Now, once it gets ensnared, you feel like it's okay to focus it. But since Acolyte's got that movement speed buff, you don't even want to focus it. Oh, and he doesn't even kill. Come on, one hit. Now he's going to chase it down. Yeah, using that Acolyte to do some damage and kind of delay the creep, slow down the Night Elf. It just, as a Night Elf player, it's annoying. It's super annoying. So one thing we can already point out, Neutron has 2 wisps there. So what that means is one of those wisps will be used to build a tree right here. The other wisp will be used to detonate skeletons when the undead scouts it and inevitably tries to cancel it with some skeletons and some ghouls. So expect to see an expansion being built there. Usually it ends up being built about a quarter to a halfway through to tier 2. I don't know if Neutron is going to follow that recipe, but that's usually what the Night Elf will try to do, especially with the Keeper. The idea with the Keeper is you get some map control as a result of the Entangle, and the undead player doesn't really have an answer to that Entangle until the tier 3.5 destroyers. So you use that map control with the Entangle to position yourself to secure an expansion and then just win with overwhelming amounts of units. SyDe already coming in, seeing this creep come out. Now, when this happens, you really have to try and box this DK out to make sure that the Entangle... Oh, and he doesn't get it with the coil, so really well played. That is not easily done. Yeah. Really well played by Neutron to position his Keeper and Archers in such a way that SyDe wasn't able to get a coil on that level 5 null.
He zoned out the Death Knight very nicely by running on the left side with a Keeper. And he actually... Look, he got Crystal Ball, he uses it in the undead base, sees the second crypt and the graveyard, so he knows already that it's going to be gargoyle. Like, it's always nice to find out about somebody's using unit composition, especially if it's like, I mean, something very specific, you know, like sometimes, let's say like Human Against Undead, like you know it's going to be fiends and stuff. But if you scan and then you see something slightly different than what you might have expected by default, it's always so nice. Then again, on this map, you might already have expected gargoyles.
Yeah, I think gargoyles is expected, but that doesn't mean that another town is under siege. They go strong tier 3 push, and they still go fiend statues, and then they'll grab a 3rd hero, and as that destroyer upgrade is going, they'll push the expansion. And basically the timing is that they'll push your expansion as that destroyer upgrade finishes, so that they're able to have access to the dispel. So you do still see both at high levels. You actually probably see that 50 food tier 3 fiend push more than you see gargoyles, but I think as a result of this map and the fountains, gargoyles are a better or stronger pick, but not the most likely pick. But because you got that crystal ball, Neutron is 100% sure that we are going to see some gargoyles this game.
Yeah, Holcan with the resub. Happy New Year, bro. Welcome back. Damn, as soon as he got entangled, he stuffed out. And Sacrificial Pit on the way here for side wants to get one of the shades out so we can get a lot of scouting done here with this.
And Neutron does hit tier 2, and that expansion did go up at about like tier 1.7, so the timing was pretty spot on. The only thing that Neutron did differently is he actually just went ahead and crept it. So he took advantage of that level 5 creep being affected by that level 1 entangle, and he was able to creep that out pretty easily. And you'll see he's just camping 4 archers at that expansion to make sure that that expansion goes up. So usually what you'll do is you'll build the tree where I mentioned earlier, and then you go and harass, and then you use the tree at tier 2 to creep the expansion. But Neutron just went right for it. He's staying on his side of the map. He's playing safe. He just wants to make sure that expand goes up.
Ooh, there is no staff available. I think he knows it. Trying to go for a surround. Side's doing the dance. He's staying away from the keeper, whichever side it goes to. And he's gonna stuff to try and get close, but he's still too far. Wow, very nicely done actually by Side, being able to get out from there. And now there's gonna be a shade following the Night Elf army, basically for the rest of the game, which, unless he anticipates it and uses the crystal ball, it's gonna be pretty annoying.
And we do see the archers getting in position of this tree. One thing I don't like is I don't like that that tree is positioned. So you see the tree's position against the trees there. It makes it a little bit easier for those gargoyles to... In general, I think it's a lot stronger to put the tree somewhere like... I don't know if you can tell from my ping. You put it kind of catty corner to the mine. So you're able to build like 8...
Yeah.
Where it is now, it's kind of backed up against the trees. Now, does it matter that much? Not really, but I mean, it's kind of a little thing where if that was to get canceled because the gargoyles were able to hide behind the tree line here, Neutron would be kicking himself saying, why didn't I build the tree?
Needs to be careful with the gargoyles here. I thought he might get ensnared by some of the creeps. And Ghoul's actually moving in a position to try and maybe catch these archers here on the left hand side. He can get a cancel on the shop here, I think, with the gargoyles. Side has yet to go for fountains here. Okay, he's gonna force a TP. That's very nice because he just runs out from there.
And Side did not use the gargoyles to creep the fountain yet. I'm kind of surprised. So he's pulling his ghouls. He's gonna try and do a push here, get some damage.
Double Huntress Soul, by the way, from Neutron.
I think that's unintentional.
Yeah.
I think that's a mistake. That's 100% a mistake. So he's gonna be glad that that got canceled. He did not want to do that. I bet this has happened to me before as well. It's like when you build, you kind of get used to building your Hunter's Hall in a specific spot in your base. So maybe he built it in a spot that he wasn't used to, and he looked in his base and he was like, shit, I don't have my Hunter's Hall. And he just kind of instinctively built another one. My guess is that's what happened, but he's going to be happy that that actually got canceled.
Zeppelin harassed now. He's all over the place. Really delaying any kind of creeping with the gargoyles. But I guess he's not really too worried about Night Elf stealing that either, but maybe he should be. I feel like if Neutron wanted, he could go to the left side and do the fountain real quick, but then again, he's under a lot of pressure from the harassment right now.
Yeah, with that number of archers, those gargoyles cannot take a straight-out fight. And I think Side is going to see that, and I doubt he's going to keep producing guards. And as we see, we actually Side is getting Ghoul Frenzy. And the expectation here is we'll get ghouls and high-level heroes to counter all of those archers. And you'll do hits with that Frost Nova, try and pick off those archers before they're actually able to do any actual damage to the gargoyles. And once those archer numbers are dwindled, then you're able to actually take a straight-up fight. And something I actually meant to say this, when you're faced against gargoyles, buying a shredder is almost an instant pickup, because it doesn't matter how quick you are or how good you are at spreading your wisps. Against a seasoned gargoyles player like Side, you will end up losing wisps. It's not a question of if, the question is how many will you lose. And buying that shredder just gives you a massive amount of wood income, making sure that you're able to get all of the tech items that you...
He's gonna go for the surround on the shredder, and he gets it. Oh my god, Neutron's nowhere around. It's so bad for his wood. Look at his woods.
Yeah, that is a massive pickoff. He desperately needed that shredder. That surround I can't even tell you. That surround was game breaking.
Damn, the gargoyles are flying, and apparently even the Death Knight and the ghouls are flying as well. Lich is gonna dive it. The Dreadlord's not close enough for the coil. He's gonna run straight towards that Lich. I think he might be able to get the coil in a second. It's gonna be close.
Lich is...
He staffs on
he's
it.
trying to staff to the Lich.
Too
It's
late.
a little bit too
I think
late.
if he actually ran, he might have gotten it.
Yeah, I think so too. It would have been so close. Or if he staffed earlier, I think he would have gotten it. But it's a tough call to make when you have that many archers, especially with that 1 damage upgrade. It's really a difficult. And SyDe is not going to be happy about this. As a result of that Lich falling, Neutron is going to take advantage of the Lich being dead and secure this fountain, killing that Red Drake. Watch how quickly that Red Drake dies to piercing damage. Well, it's going to be a little bit slower with the inner fire, but still, because of how many archers and the piercing damage, that Red Drake will fall pretty quickly.
Ooh, Dark Ranger 3rd, yeah. He's fishing for the skeletons. I mean, there's not really much dispel whatsoever. Healing spray is being used. He needs to engage right now, SyDe. I mean,
yeah,
there is everything, all of the scripts. Oh, he steals the Drake!
He got the kill, and Ruined Bracers drops for the Alchemist. That's a huge pickup for against Undead. And something that was almost a punished mistake there that I almost commented on, but I didn't, is when you're doing that creep, usually you want to focus one unit, try and make sure that the inner fire gets put on one unit, and then you focus down that Red Drake before the inner fire gets casted on the Red Drake as well. Because with that number of archers, you would have killed that Red Drake in about 3 or 4 volleys of arrows before the Red Drake gets inner fire. After he gets inner fire, as you know, inner fire is ridiculously overpowered spell. It makes it really hard to kill.
Ah, here we go. It's Archer killing time now. And with Dark Arrow, it's gonna get quite a few skeletons on the field. Gargoyles going ham against these wisps at the expansion.
Oh.
Neutron has almost 3k gold and 200 wood.
And this happens as a Night Elf player. This just feels bad, man. I wouldn't be surprised to see like a 3rd hero pickup. Usually when you have this much gold, you just try and spend it on items. Or the idea is you just try and spend your resources on any. And this is all a result of that Shredder kill. If that Shredder hadn't been killed, Neutron would have been spending this gold the entire time. But either way, it's not an excuse to have 2.5, 2.7 gold.
It feels like he should be making 2 more Enchant of War and then just a ton of archers or units in general.
Yeah, he needs to be using something. If there's ever a massive discrepancy between your gold and wood and you're stuck in this position against a girl fighter, you use that to just buy items for your heroes and make your heroes really strong. Or at least that's what I do. So if I were him, I'd run to this shop. I would buy the Vitality. I would buy the Circlets. Like I said, I would get a 3rd hero. Go 3rd hero here and get either a Naga or a Panda.
Okay, he got another Shredder. It took a while to reload, but there finally was one available in the lab, so he got it.
So he's going to try and fix his economy here. All the while, SyDe is going to try and boost his economy, throwing down a Blight. And my guess is where we see, so we see an Acolyte coming over to the right-hand side, and SyDe is finally going to throw up this counter.
And he needs to keep the fountain, I think, after. And because he's wrecked the wood of Neutron the entire game, Neutron actually he's not even at 50 supply or plus right now. So SyDe, if he fights that on the map, he would be very competitive with Neutron. And he finds a Crystal Ball, by the way. So, similar item to what Neutron found. It's a pretty bad one. I mean, he already has the
Crystal
shade
Ball
anyway.
is the worst. Yeah, you don't want Crystal Ball. And SyDe is going to take the opportunity to get this other. He's still, I guarantee SyDe is kicking himself for not taking the Red Drake early. Those gargoyles. It's kind of the reason you go gargoyles on this map. So giving that Red Drake to the Night Elf player doesn't feel good. And while he's taking that fountain, Neutron is going to use that opportunity to move into the middle, take this ogre, and he's going to hope for some Jago endurance here. Let's see if he gets it. Medallion of Courage, not a great item. It's going to make his alchemist. Oh, I'm surprised he's putting that on the keeper. I guess that increases his attack damage.
He just scanned something, but I can't find why. Find what? Sorry.
What happened? Oh, he scanned something.
Yeah, he used the Crystal Ball, but I don't think he used it on the Expo, so he still doesn't know. Maybe he used it in the main or something, I don't know.
Yeah. He probably would have scanned the main, maybe looking for that second.
By the way, what do you say Jago?
Jago? Yeah.
Isn't it Django?
Oh, is it Django?
Yeah, I mean...
I'm not even sure. I don't know the name.
Player's forces are under attack.
The D is silent.
He scanned the main and saw a sacrificial pit earlier.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's
Django
it's
is,
Django. What the hell, man?
I actually say, do you ever play
Do you
Killer
think this is
Instinct?
a Jaeger bomb or something?
No. Did you ever play Killer Instinct? That's where I got Jago.
No.
Jago is like the ninja character in Killer Instinct.
Oh, Lado. I think it's Ancient Django of Endurance.
Yeah, I think that's right too.
A player's forces are
Okay,
under
so we
attack.
see 50 food against 6.
He's going for the same comp as in Night Elf earlier.
Yeah,
A bear for war.
Yeah, very similar to the Night Elf matchup we saw earlier. When you have this number of archers, it's all about your positioning, making sure that those archers are at their maximum distance and just pumping out that DPS. Because archers are the epitome of a glass cannon. They have super high damage, super low HP. So when that's the situation, you always want to make sure that you're positioned. Another way that you counter art, by the way, is with high-level heroes, which is exactly what SyDe is going. SyDe sitting at almost 4 DK, 3.5 Lich, and 3.2 Dark Ranger. So having access to the... Oh, and we see some Sappers bot on the left-hand side.
He's gonna blow up the tree.
He is.
Which
And
doesn't have the armor upgrade either.
Forces are under attack.
Yeah, so it will die in those 2 Sappers. So almost certainly it's going to go down. Now the question is, will this Necropolis finish in time in order for him to TP back?
I think,
Because
yeah,
it
he
looks
can
like
TP in the main and then run there.
He could. We might see Neutron actually TP to Sappers
It's
go
not gonna
off.
be early enough.
It's not, no, it's going to go. 1 and 2. Well played by
Wow.
SyDe.
And now these forces, I think, Neutron to attack. This is
You know,
pretty
that's
bad.
actually, that's a pretty big mistake from Neutron. So getting your Expo Sapper is kind of a common thing when you play Night Elf. When you have this much wood and your main base isn't doing anything, there's really no excuse to not getting the Nature's Blessing upgrade. You just get it. It's kind of one of those things like... once
SyDe
you're
just
tier
finds the
3
tree, by the way, in the main base.
Yeah. Oh my god, Neutron just built a tree in base. Snipes the Sapper. SyDe is just doing... Oh, and killed it. No cancer. So Neutron is just going to push the expand. Neutron is actually hoping for SyDe to TP here. Neutron wants SyDe to TP to force an endgame fight because his economy was just absolutely wrecked. My guess is SyDe is going to say, screw it, I'm just going to trade my Expo for your main, and I'm going to fight in my main.
He even spots the
exactly what
Expo
he's
being
doing.
remade. Dude,
Yeah.
SyDe is playing out of his mind today, holy moly. He beat Spiral and now he's looking pretty darn good against Neutron, who's tipping inside of his base to save his tree. And the Nova is gonna land just before that. And you
Look,
can
he
expect
caught me
SyDe to go right back to work behind this.
And now Neutron is at a major... Neutron was sitting at 2.8 Bill Gates style. He's now sitting at 300 gold without an income. Having major issues. And SyDe scouting out the expand being rebuilt with his farm. He moves it in time. Looks like it's gonna die. Yeah, it's gonna die.
Damn, Neutron... Actually, wait, he had a spare tree? He had a spare tree of life. Where'd that come
Oh,
from?
he did. He built one in the middle. Yeah, it's walking into the middle.
What the hell?
And that, I'm
So why
sorry,
was he
but that is-
remaking one in the main base anyway?
That is yet another reason that he should have had Nature's Blessing upgrade. I can't believe he didn't get it.
And now he's
Big
broke.
mistake.
Somehow all that gold that he had was used up.
Yeah. Pretty massive mistake
Player's
not getting
forces
Nature's
are under attack.
And he does have all kinds of heals. This army, he is able to fight with... even though it's 50 against 60 food, a lot of that extra... This is a very fightable army. You see he has 3 damage upgrade on the archers. I'm not sure if he got the, what's it called upgrade, the marksmanship upgrade, but either way, though... he
Yeah, I
is
would
able to
assume
fight.
so, yeah.
Yeah, I would think so too.
With this amount of
Player's
archers.
forces are
I'm
under
surprised, by
attack.
the way, that SyDe is not gonna go for destroyers. I don't think he got the upgrade at all for the statues. I mean, against a keeper, that can be pretty dangerous, but Bombs with Disease Cloud are gonna be pretty scary for this Mass Archer army as well.
Here we go. Let's see if this choke. We do see one destroyer coming out on the field. He's going to use it to eat up that. And here comes the second destroyer eating up more roar, more. Oh my gosh, that destroyer just went through. We see two big fat A-bombs sitting in the front, but that between the acid fire, two of those ghouls are basically just. So ghouls are no longer the army he wants. SyDe wants an army mix. A lot of destroyers. Or I'm sorry, a lot of abominations and destroyers. So we look in his base. No, he's making more. Why are you making? I'm surprised he's not making A-bombs. Those go so quickly to the acid. His alchemist sitting at level 4.7, 4.8. And once that alchemist hits level 5, he's going to be able to kill every single ghoul just by himself. And he TP's back just to throw an acid bomb, almost gets surrounded, and then runs away over to.
Elite actually gets level 4. I think SyDe maybe falls to TP here in a second. He's still trying to go for the tree. A-bombs are somewhat... A-bombs are the units chasing stuff right now. One of those is gonna get sniped pretty fast here. These archers are doing a ton of damage. Elite's gonna go for a Nova on these wisps. Can he get the tree? He's really committing so much to it here.
Even if he doesn't get this tree, he killed all 5 with the...
And he did go for Destroyer, by the way. Oh my god.
Oh wow. This is... SyDe is just doing hit and runs on... And Neutron doesn't know what to do about it.
Actually, SyDe's main is almost mined out now. I feel like SyDe should have bought a Shredder maybe instead of remaking this many ghouls, even though he's like using them to fight there eventually.
Yeah. Oh, that's why he was making those ghouls. Yeah, he was making them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we do see another abomination in production. And Alchemist did hit level 5 off last thing, so look out for those level ripping everything. Between the level 3 acid bomb minus armor reduction on top of those tier 3 upgraded archers, stuff on side is gonna melt. Now, SyDe has a massive economic, so that doesn't mean that Neutron's gonna win the game, but Neutron is gonna be able to kill. So the question is he gonna be able to kill stuff faster than SyDe's economic advantage is gonna be able to?
One destroyer is a little light, I think.
It is light.
Oh, he's got 2, okay. He morphed one more. Yeah, I think 2 or 3 here is good because there's gonna be trance, entangle, and also the entire army is gonna be roared a lot of the time. Actually, wait, did he lose his bear? Yeah. Oh, he remade one, but it's in the main base. Oh, ghouls are gonna kill the gold mine. And they actually take it out here. So wisps kinda exposed by themselves.
So SyDe's ideal army here is gonna be like 6 A-bombs in those 3 heroes. And my guess is SyDe isn't gonna really want to take a fight until he gets to that.
As you say that, he runs in.
Oh, yeah, as I said that. No, so even though he's doing this, he popped that info pot, he's backing up. He doesn't want to fight in the back position. He's gonna do hit and runs, devour that entangle. Nope. Oh, and all the way, do you remember how I was saying the other game? Hit and runs. So there were ghouls attacking Neutron's natural expansion. Neutron does a good job of staffing his alchemist up in the top left and fending off those 4 ghouls that were attacking.
And this is so weird now. Like, because Neutron's mining from 2 bases. That Lich eventually, if it gets 5, oh my god. And I mean, Death Knight's already 4.6.
So just as we thought SyDe was making a liar out, making me into a truth teller, because he's doing these hit and runs. He doesn't want to fight until he gets those 6 abominations, those 3 destroyers, and has those 3 heroes. And once he does have that army, I think we're going to see a fight. And we do see one more abomination en route and 1 more in production. But again, he's still only mining on 1 base, whereas Neutron is now mining on 2.
Yeah, but he has 70 supply. I think his army is actually scarier at this point.
His army is very scary.
Jimbo with a sub, welcome to you.
DK is dangerously low on mana right now. DK is only sitting at 100. And
forces a TP now.
He TP's out, gets 2 ghoul kills. He's gonna say thank you very much. All the while that Keeper is 41 experience away from level 6.
I mean, to be honest, he has silence. I feel like if SyDe fought, he wouldn't do too bad. Like, he would just chain over the archers, and all he has to do is silence the alchemist when he starts healing.
Yeah, it's kind of like neither one of these guys want to commit to a fight. Both of them are just fighting for this economic advantage.
If they commit heavily to a fight, likely it's gonna decide the game like instantly. So they don't want to put it all on the line with one single fight. I don't know why Neutron's remaking a tree in his main base. There is only 860 gold there.
Let's see. Oh, he gets what's it, cannibalized. We have an A-bomb munching on skeleton. I like this. He's adding one meat wagon. Do good damage to the archers, but what that's going to do is it's spread disease cloud all in the back.
Yeah.
Disease cloud is going to do a ton of damage. So I guess whatever. I guess the meat wagon will do a lot of damage.
Ooh, SyDe might TP. Oh, actually, you don't have TP. Okay, they're gonna trade bases. It's like.
Oh, SyDe is snapping his DK somewhere.
Oh, he
was
faked
trying to
it. Yeah, he faked it on the bottom right. They're just gonna trade bases. Ghouls in the top left are gonna kill the gold mine. It's kind of weird, by the way. Neutron, if he staffs, it doesn't go to the center. It goes top left. At least before it did. The prioritization.
And SyDe unsummoned his expo. He got a little bit of gold. But that expansion is still sitting there with about 7,000 gold. This one's sitting there with about 3,700. And those ghouls keep doing these annoying... Trying to take out that shredder. So, Neutron doesn't really need the wood, but he doesn't want...
Neutron might... Does he TP? He has 3 healing scrolls. Oh, I think he might TP, especially now that his alchemist is already there.
He could TP and fight this here. We could see the last fight of the game here.
Yeah, he's about to. Here we go.
Here it comes.
I think he might have TP'd all the way down. Okay, no, on
So
the top right.
things we need to look for here is the focus fire.
Leech gets targeted, but I mean, there's coil, there's an invul. Those, oh my god, those dispels are gonna get so much mana for the destroyers.
And watch out for the archers focusing, which is back it up in time. These destroyers are going to keep eating up these entangles. A-bombs are
Alchemist has no mana. Oh, he gets tranquility.
Well, and tranquility goes off in the back. Let's see if we can see a silence, and we do see the silence.
Oh, it's tough to the main. It's tough to the main where there is some Moonwells. Actually, a single one with Moonwell juice. One more roar is going to be used just before the bear is about to die.
And SyDe is not able to break that front line in order to get to these archers.
Oh, that keeper though.
And we do see level 4 Lich throwing out Nova on the Keeper. Keeper being focused, heal spray coming out on the Keeper, coil going out on the Keeper. Keeper down to 180 hits. One more coil with the level 5. He gets entangled, he's staffing to his... We're going to see a GG here.
Oh my
DK
god.
goes down, and Neutron pulls that win out of his ass. That was an insane game.